right, we're looking at strip diagrams today. I'm going to show you the types that you might encounter. The first thing I would do is write down the 4 operations and decide what I can get rid of. We already have our whole, so I know I'm not adding, and I know I'm not multiplying. So I'm either subtracting or dividing. And in this case, I am going to be subtracting. If I was dividing, I would have multiple pieces missing down here that were all the same. So I could put this, let's put a letter here, so let's make this A. So you can see I only have one piece missing that's A, so I would not be dividing. Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's write my 4 operations. What am I missing? I'm going to make this a letter. Let's make this D. So I'm missing D, and D is my whole. So I know I am not subtracting and I'm not dividing. So I'm either adding or multiplying. Which do you think I'm doing? Yeah, I'm going to add, because if I was multiplying, I would see like 250, 250, 250, 250, or 100, 100, 100, 100. I would see the same number over and over, and I'm not seeing that, so I know I'm going to add. So to find D, I would say 100 plus 250, and that would get me D. Okay, let's go to the next one right here. Once again, I'm going to write my 4 operations. I'm going to ask myself what's missing. Let's change this to a letter, just a little algebra in here. I'm going to put C there. So am I missing my whole or my piece? Remember, this is my whole and these are my pieces. So this time I am missing my whole. So I know I am not subtracting and I'm not dividing. So I'm going to do addition or multiplication. What do you think we're going to do? Yeah, that's right. We could add or we could multiply, because remember, multiplication is just repeated addition. So I'd say 50 plus 50 plus 50 plus 50, but hopefully you're going to do it the 4th grade way and say C equals 50 times 4, because I see 54 times. So on this one, I'm going to multiply, because my pieces are repeated over and over. Okay, let me come down to this bottom one. Let me get my 4 operations written. Am I missing my whole or my piece? And this time we're missing multiple pieces. So I'm going to put the letter A. And I'm writing A in all of these because all of these pieces are the same amount. That right there should tell you what we're doing. They're all equal. So that means we are going to divide, because I have nothing to subtract with. There's no number down here for me to say 350 minus a number, because they're all missing. So to find A, I'm going to say 350 divided by, let me count my pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 350 divided by 7 will get me A. Okay, so these are the 4 single step strip diagrams. Now let's shuffle over here and let's look at some multi-step strip diagrams. Okay, so remember my whole and my pieces. Sometimes you might see this flipped upside down and it might look something like this. And then all your pieces would be missing up here. That's okay. You still need to know that this is your whole and these are your pieces. So this is multi-step. So let's talk for a minute. I see I'm missing pieces, but I'm also missing a whole. So I need to solve this part first to figure out the second step. So first, am I going to add, multiply, subtract, or divide? Well, I'm missing my whole, so I know I'm going to multiply or add. And I see 2 different numbers. I don't see the same number repeated over and over, so I'm going to add. Okay, so I'm going to say 250 plus 100. And I'm going to put this in parentheses, because that means I have to do this first before I can do anything else. Okay, so now that I know this is going to be 350, now I have to find out my next step. So I'm looking for all these little pieces. Let's name these pieces E. Well, since I'm missing a piece, I'm either going to subtract or divide. What do you think? Yeah, why am I dividing? Yes, because we have the same piece missing over and over. If there was maybe a 30 down here, then maybe I would subtract, but there's not. So I know all these pieces are missing. So I'm gonna say 350 divided, okay, so we added and we divided. Count how many pieces are missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this will get me E. I can also show it up here by doing this, and this will get me E. So your equation would look like this. And then remember, we would solve the parentheses first and then divide it by 7, and that would get me my missing 1. Okay, we got one more. Let's look at this. What do you notice? Yes, I notice I have a whole, so I'm not going to be adding or multiplying anywhere here. Okay, good. So I know I'm going to be doing multi-step because I told you this was multi-step, but notice you have your whole, so we know we're starting out with this. What do you think we're going to do first? Yeah, we have to subtract because we have this. Let's name these Z. So I'm going to say 1,500 minus 500. That's going to be my first step. So if I were to do that, that would get me 1,000. Now what do I need to do? I subtracted, and so now I need to what? Yes, I have 2 pieces missing, and these pieces are the same amount because they're the same letter. They're both Z, so you know they're equal. So when that comes up, we know we're going to divide, and I see 2Z, so I'm going to divide by 2, and that will get me Z. Or I'd come down here and say 1,000 divided by 2, and that would get me Z. So here's the different types of strip diagrams that you will see. Always start with your 4 operations. Ask yourself, is a whole missing or is a piece missing? And then if there's multiple steps, remember that you'll have to work through several different things, and you'll see several things missing as we did in these. All right, good luck. I know you've got this.